What is going on, everybody? I'm Jabby Kouay, joined by Natasha Martinez.
I was hoping you would say it in that accent. Hi.
So it's been a while,
Yes.
but I'm very excited to have you back. We're going to look at a Ryan George video together. This is called When Magic Tricks Take Too Long. I don't know what's going to happen inside this video. I haven't watched it yet, obviously, but I know this feeling just off the statement. It's just like, oh, what's going on? You know, when you watch a TikTok or something like that, you're like, come on, get to it.
How long is this video?
Yeah, exactly. So if you guys haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button, please. Bell icon, all notifications, and pretty please vote this up. Let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching. Also, follow Natasha Martinez. There are links in the description below. And, of course, Ryan George as well. Links in the description below. Here we go.
Pick a card.
Okay, all right, geez.
Now remember that card, okay? You keep that in mind and you put it back in.
Okay, got it.
Okay, now, sir, I'm gonna need you to pick a number between 1 and 5, but don't tell me what it is.
Right, I have one.
Now, I want you to tell me that number and then pick another number between 1 and 5, but don't tell me that one. That seems unnecessary. Do it. It was 2.
Do you have your new number?
I do. Okay, now I want you to split these cards into stacks, and the number of stacks is gonna be the number you were thinking of.
So, all right, they're in 3 stacks.
Now put the stacks together without mixing them at all.
What, in the same order?
Yes.
So they'll just be in the same order they were in then.
Just come on! It's worth it, I promise.
Oh my God.
All right, here, yeah, there you go.
Okay, now you see these top 2 cards.
Yes.
Good.
Should I remember those?
If you want. What? Now hold this. What is this now? A fabric steamer? Hold it to your ear like a telephone. And while you're doing that, I'm gonna shuffle the cards.
Dude, I gotta leave soon. Is this gonna take much longer?
Now on the table next to you, you'll see a book. Do you see the book?
Yes.
Pick that up, please.
Okay, I see where you're going with this. The card's gonna be inside the book. That's pretty good, actually. Can I go after this?
Open the book up.
Okay, the card's not in here.
Now I want you to choose a chapter number.
Come on, man.
And read that chapter.
This isn't fun.
Just skim it. Did you get the gist of what the chapter was about?
Sure.
Now, you remember those top 2 cards I showed you?
You told me I didn't have to remember those.
Yeah, no, I know. But do you remember them?
I think.
Okay, good. Now forget those. We don't need them anymore.
Dude!
Now, you see this card? I'm gonna bend the corner a little bit and put that back inside.
Oh, God, this
my
is like giving
God.
me anxiety, this video.
I'm literally like, is it over yet?
Yeah, this is making me so anxious because I feel like I've been there so many times when someone's showing me, like when you're dealing with an amateur who's like showing you a card trick and you're just like, oh God, I'm like, just get to it, guy. You know, I've been to the Magic Castle and my experience wasn't the best. I'll get to it after after
I know.
the
I was
video.
like, should we dive into stories
No,
now?
not
We have
yet.
To finish the magic trick
I want to
first.
hear your story for sure.
Yes.
Do I need to remember that?
Yes. Actually, no.
Smile.
Hold this.
Is this another fabric steamer? Why do you have 2 of these on you?
Don't put that to your ear like a telephone. That's not part of this.
Sorry,
Oh my God.
I assumed.
You know what they say, when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me.
Right, and speaking of which, check yours.
What?
Did you put a card inside my butt?
I'm just messing with you. Can you imagine how many candies in this jar?
A lot.
Correct. This reveal better be incredible, my dude. This is taking
Oh my
way too
gosh.
much time.
Oh, trust me, it's gonna be worth it.
Now, was this your card?
I honestly don't remember.
Oh man.
Okay, that's all right. We'll just start over.
No. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. Okay, how many magic shows have you been to? Are you like a magic connoisseur?
I've been to a lot of magic shows over the years. I've seen like some incredible stuff.
Yeah.
And when I went to the Magic Castle, I was expecting to be blown away. And they were doing stuff like the ropes, like, oh, now there's more ropes and there's more ropes. I'm like, are you guys really doing this? Is just like the starter pack, right? And you guys are gonna go into the real shit. They never did. They did the rings thing as well.
Yeah.
I was sad, but then like there was
I was
this.
sad.
Yeah, I was because it's the Magic Castle. It's
I
like
know.
it's held in high regard.
Yes.
And then there was a guy doing the card thing, and he was taking a really long time. And I was told later on by someone who was sitting next to me, he messed up. That's why it was taking so long. Anyway, what happened with your thing?
I have a friend, her husband is like an amateur, but not like a for real amateur magician, but he loves to do his card tricks, right? So I would have to sit through sometimes when he was like, wait. But eventually he'd get there. We're like, okay, a few claps for Raj, you know?
Yeah.
And then, but one time I went to a party with them and the party was full of like legit magicians. And there was this one guy, and he did his card trick, and somehow, I have no clue how, we were outside, it was like this beautiful house in the hills, and the card just ends up on like the ceiling of like the banister outside. And I was like, literally, I have no clue how that happened, but it literally, boom.
Was it Ace Palmer?
I don't know the names.
Okay. Ace Palmer's a guy in Los Angeles who does a lot of tricks and stuff like that. Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah.
I also have been to the Magic Castle, but it was for a work, like it was a company party.
Yeah.
And so I was like, maybe they just didn't bring their best magicians, because it's like, I don't know.
So you experienced the same thing?
Yes, yeah, because we did the show, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm like, actually, I left the show in the Little Theater. I was like, this is boring. I'm going to go back to the bar.
It was crowded too.
Yeah.
When I went, it was like there's a lot of people. I think it's more about the name. I don't know, because Achara went and she said she had a great time.
In theory, it's fun. You're going to this like historic landmark in LA and you have to dress up. And I haven't been on a regular night, so I've heard that they kind of like walk you in and there's like different stations and
Yeah.
people do
Oh, there
like
is.
the thing.
Yeah.
But it also probably is just like an LA, I don't want to say cheesy, it's not cheesy, but it's like hasn't been updated, I guess, right? I don't
Yeah.
know. I haven't been as a regular guest.
It's like that stuff in Hollywood where everything is like prestigious or like it's old school and supposed to be really cool, and you go there and it's tiny. That's just like Hollywood in general. There's this kind of sexiness to living in Hollywood, but there's no central AC anywhere. Not a single apartment has one.
Everything's old.
You don't have any dishwashers. Like everything has to be done by hand. Because I lived in Hollywood and it sucked. It was hard to get around. There's nothing cool about it. Hollywood's a shithole. Don't ever move there. But we got kind of stuck on that, as opposed to just like the conundrum of dealing with somebody who kind of holds your time and you're just
Yeah.
trying to figure out how to get out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like sometimes people tell you a story and they're like, oh, wait, I was 16. No, I was 15. It's like that Joey moment in Friends. Like, no, I was definitely 16 because at the time I'm like, I don't care.
Oh my God.
Just get to it.
They give so many details that it's like doesn't even relate to the story, and then they just kind of get back to it. And I'm like, dude, I'm not even listening anymore.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
How do I leave? Like, how many times can I be like, oh, that's crazy. Yeah. It's like, I gotta leave, please.
One of my tricks, if I could feel that someone's getting bored in a conversation, is like, and that's when I found out I'm a lesbian, or and then a T-Rex walked in with a machine gun. Like, you just have to say something absurd,
Yeah.
and people know that okay, that's the end of the thing. It's like because you can kind of feel when energy's waning.
Oh, totally.
And I hate people who don't detect that. And let's just all agree that we can just hit the eject button.
Yeah.
I'll like, it's okay. The trick sucks. Let's just move on.
Sometimes if I find myself in a conversation and I'm like butchering the story, I'm like, you know what? I'm butchering it. Let's just stop. Let's like move
Yeah.
on. You gotta have courtesy.
No.
for people
Finish
that
your
are-
story. Finish your story. I want to hear it.
No, it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, no, it's really awkward when you're like, how do I get them to stop? I mean, I thought he did a pretty good job. The steamers were just like killing me. I'm like, what? The phone? No, not anymore? Okay.
I feel like this is an exaggerated version of what you'll experience because, like, you watch David Blaine, who takes his time and he's got a certain sort of cadence and a style to how he does things, and he kind of just leads you almost to boredom and then shocks you with, oh, it's inside the orange.
Yeah.
And Harrison Ford's now telling you to get the fuck out of his house. We've all seen that video, right? You haven't seen it, right?
No.
Okay, so he had Harrison Ford, like, right on this card, and then he shuffled it and blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, open up that orange. And Harrison Ford cut open this orange, and the card was in there.
Stop.
And I was just like, I was watching your hands the entire time. When did you have time to do that?
Wow.
But yeah.
What's the best magic trick you've ever seen in person?
I don't remember anymore.
Or have
That's
you
such
been-
you put me on the spot. I can't remember.
Have you been to like a Vegas magic show?
I can't remember.
You can't remember.
I'm so sorry.
okay.
Let's just say I have.
You're like, I've
Yeah.
seen the greatest magic tricks ever.
Well, as a kid, I remember being astonished by like birds coming out of nowhere, or like I remember watching a magic show as a kid, and like a tiger was in a cage or something, and then he disappeared. And I'm just like, how the or it was a person. It wasn't a tiger. I'm confusing like real life experiences with TV show experiences. So it was a person inside of a cage, like a lady, and then she disappeared. I'm like, I'm looking.
You're like, how?
How did that happen? Like that kind of stuff as a kid blew my mind.
How about
No, but the thing with the pigeon though, it's like I was watching the ceiling because the magician goes like this, and then the pigeon comes out of nowhere, and I'm like, I still to this day I don't know how they did that. It just popped up. It was an empty net.
But it was an empty net.
It was
so
you could see through it, right? It's porous.
Yeah.
And the magician goes, ha ha, and then the pigeon shows up, and I'm like, how did you do that? What is this heresy? Anyway.
Okay, best magic movie.
Movie?
Yeah, like The Prestige.
Oh,
What
yeah.
were those two movies that were like the same? Prestige, and what was the other one?
I forgot what it's called, but it's with Edward Norton is all I remember. Those two came out at the same time. I never saw the Edward Norton one. After I saw The Prestige, I'm like, I'm good. I like The Prestige. That's probably my favorite magic movie that I can think of.
Yeah, totes.
But anyway, I really enjoyed this. Hopefully you guys did too. Please let us know your stories with awful magic in the description, in the comments below. Not the description, that's my job. In the comments below. Thanks so much for hanging out. Follow Natasha. Follow Ryan George. That's it for now. I'm Jabby Coy. This is
Natasha Martinez.
Peace out.